Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. How are you today? Okay, you know how this works. I just like to remind people this is not an exact science. So sometimes you got to stretch it out of the box a little bit. He won't give me all the details, just enough, because the details are none of my business. He'll give me just enough so you understand what he's talking about, hopefully. And if you don't at this moment, then you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else can validate it for you later. Sometimes they reach out to other people with these. Just if you don't understand it, keep it in mind. And I don't remember the other reading I did for him, but it seems like he came in and he's showing a camper, a bonfire. Well, not a bonfire, not like a big bonfire, more a campfire. He's showing a campfire and he's holding a duck upside down that evidently they shot. So it seems like he might have done that before, but I don't remember because I do so many readings. My head always itches when they get close. He says, I love you. I see you're doing good. There's something you're doing that he doesn't exactly approve of. It's not somebody, it's something. And I'll quit making my head itch. Something maybe, mm, I don't, I don't know if it's something drinking, smoking, something along that line. Um, he's saying your life will be good. Your life will be good. Don't go down the dark road. You're better than that. I can only repeat what they say. And it's their show. I let them run the show within reason and allow them. They tell us what we need to know, not what we always want to know. It's his ball game. It seems like they're always fascinated with people's hair. I don't get it. Maybe it's because they don't have hair anymore. He likes something you've done to your hair recently. He said he always thought you were gorgeous. It was, he says it was my mind, not yours. My mind. M-I-N-D. My mind, not yours. Your mind had nothing to do with it. So you need to stop thinking that way. He's quoting Forrest Gump, but he's saying life is not like a box of chocolates. He didn't think so. He said there was a lot of nasty chocolates in that box, in his opinion. But it's okay. He said everything turned out the way it was supposed to, the way it needed to. It was my time. And they always want me to explain before we come here, we actually kind of have a life plan, a path, but we also come down here when we're born, excuse me, and we have an exit point already planned. Some of us have an exit point at 1 day old, some of us have an exit point at 100 years old. Those lines can waver depending on what's going on around us and how it's going to impact other people and maybe help them learn something. So he said this was his timeline when he left. And he needed to. And he keeps having me stare at my pendulum. And I don't use a pendulum because they told me in the beginning they don't work for me. Because they told me in the beginning that if I had used this, that I would have just been stuck there and I would have never moved past it. So I know this is kind of a big one. But anyway, somebody around you uses a pendulum or knows how to. So he says you can get yes and no answers from this. So get you one. You can even use a string with a pencil tied on the end of it. I mean, pendulums aren't just about crystals, and they don't have to be anything fancy or special. See, mine doesn't even move. He's talking about somebody around you. I don't know if it's you yourself or just a friend of yours. And he's suggesting that you have them get yes and no answers for you, or maybe he wants you to learn how to do it. Maybe he thinks you can learn. They're real simple. They just don't work for me. My guides go, no, 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 you're not doing that. One of the simplest things there is. Anyway, he's suggesting that. Now it's like I'm standing. Gosh, they make my head itch like I have head lice when they get real close. It's their energy. One of these days we'll figure this out. It's like he's got me standing. Looks like a front porch, could be a back porch, but I see a white pillar, like I'm out on maybe the concrete stoop outside a door somewhere. And there's a concrete or a white pillar. It doesn't have to be concrete. And I'm looking across the yard, kind of to my right. Some of these videos make me look backwards. This is my right. I'm looking across the grass, across the sidewalk, and there's a car there. And it's a light-colored car, but it's parked. But it's not exactly in front of this door. It's up just a smidgen. Don't know why he's showing this. He says, be careful. It's kind of like a warning. It's just kind of a light-colored sedan. Usually I know makes and models, and he may not be exact with it anyway. I don't know why it's not parked in front of the house unless maybe it's not yours. Maybe it's somebody that comes there, but he's talking about the car, not the person. He doesn't seem to be talking about the person. I don't know, he's still stuck on this picture. We're still looking at this car. Anyway, something associated with this car must not be yours because it's up way not straight outside your door. So it's somebody else's, I'm going to say. This is where my spiritual charades comes in because he's not explaining something associated with this car. He's not saying. Anyway, let's see what else he's got to say. So he says, no, he is not mad at you. Absolutely not mad at you. He's actually like down at your feet, like doing something to your feet. It's like he's putting a slipper sock or a Small, oh, quit itching. Some kind of a little slip-on shoe or slipper sock thingy or something. He's putting it on your right foot. Okay. So it's like he's doing this in a real loving way, like he's trying to take care of you way. Trying to be, he's being gentle, he's being kind, he's being um, nurturing. That's the feelings I'm getting from him. But it's only your right foot. So watch for something you wear on your feet to suddenly appear, suddenly disappear. You know, you may go to find your socks or your slippers or something, and one may be gone or one may be kicked under the couch. Quit making my head itch. Um, but you also should feel this on the right foot. I don't know how you will receive the energy because everybody receives it different. So you could feel a warmth, and he's stressing the right foot. You might feel a warmth, a tingling. Sometimes if they really trying to get through to you strong, it could, like a while ago, I had felt like pins sticking me, and I knew who it was, but said, "Hey, man, that kind of hurts. Back off." And you can tell them that. But if you don't pay attention, sometimes they get real intense. Anyway, it could feel like a warmth, a tingling. It could feel like a bug crawling on your foot. It could feel like a hair tickling you. You went go to wipe it, and it still tickles because there's nothing there. So pay attention to the right foot, or the right shoe, or the right sock. Right sock, left sock. But he's showing me that he is trying to take care of you and help you feel better and nurture you in a loving and kind and gentle way. He said better than he did when he was actually here. Music. Hearing music, trying to hear if it's a certain song. Oh, I don't hear any words. All right, he's trying to say something. Okay, but it sounds like a lilting, like soft, melodic song. And then I hear him say, I think he's trying to sing some of the words to it. It says, baby. And then there's something, something, something that I can't hear. The way I love you. So there's a song. Maybe you know what it is. Say it again. Baby. And here, I'm a kind of, that's not it. The way I love you. So there's something in between the baby and the I love you in the song. So hopefully, maybe you'll hear it on the radio and you go, ah, that's it. But it sounds like sweet, lilting music. I can't quite hear the music. Kind of sing-songy music. Okay. Oh, and okay. Just, I was just gonna say he's showing me a set of chimes outside, and then I heard one of mine. I didn't hear him doing anything before he showed that, and then one went ding real loud, like it might have been my bell. It's not. I don't think it was my bell one. I have one that has bells. But the wind has to blow pretty hard to make it work. But it was just one big loud ding, and then I could barely hear chime moving gentle after that. So listen for that noise. And you can be going through the store, you can be watching TV, you can hear it on the radio, you can see chimes on Facebook, but that one big ding, and then it kind of the soft. Anyway, you may not always hear it through these ears. You have ears up here. I call them telepathic ears. Sometimes you'll just hear it. So that's him letting you know he's around. That'll be a sign from him. I wish I could describe the ding. Anyway, so when he gives you signs, make sure you acknowledge him, validate him, tell him you love him, thank him for stopping in to check on you, ask him to bring you more signs so you know he's around helping, and ask him to help. Whatever he was good at when he was here, he can still help you with that from the other side. Sometimes even better. Sometimes they can open doors that they couldn't handle here. Okay, he's mentioning a young boy, not young, like teenager, early 20s, somewhere more in that range. That you need to reach out to. He wants you to help this young man. That he needs help and he's not letting anybody know. Don't let him go down the rabbit hole. I'm not sure what that means. He says the green grass of home. Okay, now he's moving behind me. Now sometimes, because you know, when we do paranormal investigations and stuff, we use cameras, and you can catch stuff on cameras that you don't see with the naked eye, even though I see a lot of stuff with the naked eye that other people don't. Anyway, so we use cameras. So sometimes in the videos, he's moving back. He moved back behind me, and he moved over here. So you could possibly see wavy lines, or maybe even an orb. I don't know if I've caught any orbs on any of this stuff when they move, but it's their energy. So you could possibly see that wavy line vibrating somewhere. His energy's pretty soft though, right now. Gentle, relaxed, calm. He added loving. He is a sweet man. Started going like this. Usually that's when I tell him to stir the energy up. He said there's too much energy stirred up. It needs to calm down. Somebody's got too much energy stirred up. Oh, somebody has a squirrel brain. Somebody here has a squirrel brain like mine. Too much energy stirred up. Needs to calm it down. Relax. He's not saying if it's male or female. He's not saying who it is. All right. He also has a buddy, a male. I would say around about his about just want to make sure Brian's age. Want to make sure I had the name right. And he's putting his arm around his shoulder. So he's showing him as having, like, his hair is thinning just a little bit right here, just a little. So he could be a little bit older than Brian. He's got his arm around him, so if he's open to it, he could possibly feel that pressure across the back of his shoulders. The same thing. I don't know how you guys will receive the energy. It could feel like a warmth, a pressure, a tingling, goosebump type thing when he puts his arm around his shoulder. He said he needs to know I'm okay. Life is good. And, and he says, and real life is good too. It's all what we make of it. I don't know what he's trying to show me. It's like I see, I don't even see who it is. I just see like a pair of legs, a pair of feet. They're walking and they're leaving footprints. It's not in snow. It'd be more like in the mud or something. But as whoever this is walking, I'm seeing the footprints after they step. Still there. Don't know what this means. I think he said those footprints were done on purpose. I don't know if this is something that has happened or is going to happen or why. The footprints are done on purpose. Honestly, don't know where he's going with this or if that's even him making those footprints. Feel like it's him, but I can't say 100%, and I won't make anything fit. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. Okay, so he asked me to pull a release card for you, so it's surrender to spirit. It's not like surrender your soul to the spirit. It's once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you, and that's kind of like what I just said. Now some of these cameras probably backwards. Anyway, if you have something you need help with, it's just like I said, turn it over to them, but you also have to allow them to help you. You have to allow whatever doors open once you ask for it. So ask him for something. He wants to help you with something. But it has to be something. If Uncle Joe, oh good grief, I'm muttering. If Uncle Joe didn't have a pot to piss in, don't ask Uncle Joe for financial advice because he still doesn't know how to work it, even though he's up there. We're not just all of a sudden know-it-alls once we get there. So ask Brian to help you with something and then turn it. Let spirit work its magic for you. Let them do it for you. Let the divine bring the things to you that you need for that situation. It really does work that way. He says you can be happier and it's okay. But he says you can still be happier than what you are now. You can be happier. Don't let me stop you. That is not what I want. But I can still walk beside you and help you achieve your happiness, just in a different way. I hear the word hairy, but I don't know hairy. I don't know if he means something is very hairy or if he's referring to somebody named Harry. So if it's a name, it'll be a male with an H or an HA name. Kind of stretch the names out of the box. We don't get them exact anymore for some reason. So I'm not sure which Harry he's referring to. He's being a little vague. He says apples. Anything he throws out, I'm going to throw out. Apples. He was actually referring to the fruit, and now he's saying apples don't fall far from the tree. A little too cryptic. You get a little more specific. Back over here on this side, right behind my ear, talking in my ear. So you could possibly see Wavy. He says he wants you to know that he still deeply loves you. And that he knows, say it again, he knows he will always be a part of your life. He's talking about from before. But you need to move your feet forward. But I will always still be a part of it. He's talking about your life together. And I'm fine with that. I want to see you smile again. Your smile brings sunshine to those around you. So don't feel guilty for smiling again. That's life. You're not doing it. And with that, he kind of almost bows down and blows you kisses. And he's talking about an anniversary. I feel like it's coming up. So I don't know if it's yours or somebody very close to you. He will be there. He says, please be happy. Please release this burden that is mine from your shoulders. Please release this burden that is mine from your shoulders. And don't feel guilty about it. And then he kind of bows down. He says, I do love you and honor you. You're a good mom. Be strong for them. And he's referring to his buddy again. Tell him, hey, what's up? Hey, buddy. And with that, he's leaving. Okay. All right, he's leaving. Much love to you, my dear. Thank you for allowing me to be his voice. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. See you later.